President, can you hear me okay?
You bet.
You have your family around you still?
A few of
Yes.
us.
Okay. Now, something pretty special happened at your house today. What was it?
I suppose it must be that I was 99 years old.
Did you have your family with you today?
Oh, yes.
And
My
what,
family was all in having lunch with me right now.
well, would you thank your family for sharing you with us today? Hello,
I
Jenny.
surely will.
Hi.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jenny and Janet.
Okay. President, I'm going to turn the
And where's,
time. Go ahead. I'm going to turn the time over to you to introduce your bride to us and to tell us
Okay.
what's happening.
okay. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Go ahead.
I'm amazed that my missionaries could put together such a opportunity for me to talk to each one of you, even where you're in your own homes. It's a marvelous indication of what it's like down here in the beginning of the year. I really appreciate what's being done. I'm usually overwhelmed with all the work that's gone in to making this possible. But I know the things that you'd be most interested in would be the fact that I was remarried since you knew me. And I have another bride. And I'd like to introduce her to you because she's been a very stalwart member of what we're trying to do to keep in touch with my missionaries. So, Janet, would you just take over and let them? I'm sharing a chair with her.
Well, I'll tell you, at the time Virginia died, I was married. My husband died very suddenly and very unexpectedly. But I went to Virginia's funeral and I heard the wonderful talks that Bob's daughters gave about their mother. And I remember thinking, wow, I'd sure hate to be the woman to try to take her place. And I would never try, believe me. I think that's one of the miracles of our Father in heaven, is that out of so many millions of people on the earth, every single one of us is different. And that means that when one dies, they can never be replaced. They can never be forgotten. And I think that's a beautiful part of the gospel and one of the miracles of our Father in heaven. And anyway, I loved Virginia. I knew Virginia and I delighted in her. She was so easy to talk to and so entertaining. And I loved her dearly. But anyway, we've been married almost 20 years. So it'll be 20 years in September that we've been married. And we've had a good time together and a good life. And it's thanks really to both of our families. Bob has wonderful children, wonderful daughters. They have been so good to me. And my children have been good to Bob. So it's worked out fine. And we've had a good life together. And it has been fun to get acquainted with so many of the missionaries. And I'll tell you, men, that when you get together, you act just like boys. And I feel like I know all his young missionaries because of the way you act with each other. We've really enjoyed that. And I'm going to let his girls have a chance to talk. So, oh yeah, anytime when you unmute and when you speak, be sure to tell Bob, tell the president your name and remind him who you are and where you came from. It's a little harder for him to recognize on Zoom than it is to recognize you in person. He loves you all so much. He has told me so many times that people think there's no way you could love 600 boys, but he loved every one of his missionaries and still does. And he looks through that book of all your pictures and gets emotional every time he goes through it. It touches him so to see you again in your pictures. All right. Now introduce your girl.
Sure.
Bonnie,
Bonnie, can
trade
we
you places.
just see?
Let's have you get.
One of the
so they
wonderful
can
things
see
that have happened is one of my
Yeah.
children
Yeah.
has taken it on herself to write a huge volume with 600 missionaries in it in an alphabetical order, and put it in a position where we then can show ourselves and to anybody else who doesn't know what was going on with the rest of the mission story. Do you have that with you? Oh, that,
Right.
no. This is what that volume looked like. You can see what work she's done with. Then in addition to that, she's now done one of the missionaries that have died. And boy, I tell you, I get emotional when I work through that and see how many of them I've lost without knowing what's happened to them in the past. Anyway, Bonnie has been a bulwark. Portion of the missionaries knew her very well, sometimes to their dismay. Anything you want to say, Bonnie, about that?
Yeah, first of all, let me start with this picture. Does anyone recognize him?
That unknown missionary was William Donald Ford.
Well, tell them what you've been doing, Bonnie, with recovering all these names.
Hey, Bonnie, are you keeping a special book of remembrance?
Yes, I am. We've got another book with all of the deceased missionaries. It's a 2-inch binder. And I'm taking, if anyone knows of missionaries that have passed away and might have an obituary or where I could find an obituary, I'd really appreciate it. We want to have this to remember all of those dear missionaries that we served with. So it has been a delight to put these books together. It's brought back so many wonderful memories to me. It was some especially very formative years for me, and I appreciate all those that served under my dad.
Thank you, Bonnie, for doing this.
You bet. Well, I am Bonnie. I was the third of the 5 of us that were there. I was there from my freshman to junior year of high school. I came back here to Utah and finished my senior year. I went to beauty school after that. And after I graduated from that, I went down and lived with Ginny at BYU and met my husband. His name is Carrie Price. So my name's now Bonnie Price. We have 3 boys. They all live out of state. So I tell them, you can't complain when I spoil these grandkids because you've taken them out of state from me. So we have 12 grandchildren, and I worked in an obstetrician's office for 15 years. I don't know what else to tell you.
And angel of the family.
No, no. But I have enjoyed putting these books together and just remembering all of you. In fact, when I see a name, I can almost picture who you are. So it's been fun.
My children who made life miserable for a lot of missionaries. Okay.
I'm
Miss Jenny.
Jenny, sophomore, junior, and senior year, graduated from Grover Cleveland High School. Then I left and went down to BYU and got a degree in home economics education. Then I worked in the field for about a year, and then I went back to Washington, D.C. and worked with Senator Garrett on a subcommittee he was on. And then I left the Senate and worked in a private law firm with some amazing attorneys. We worked with the FCC. Bill and I, my husband and I met on a blind date just after Dad had been called as a general authority. And a mutual friend recognized me and wanted to connect us up. And Bill was living in Florida. I was in DC, and we had a whirlwind weekend, long distance romance, and got married 5 months after we met. And we lived in Florida for a couple of years. And then we moved back to Utah. We had one son in Florida, and then came here and had a second son, and then I had a daughter. So I have 3 kids, 9 grandchildren with one more on the way. We're excited about that. And this month is I start my 23rd year at Weight Watchers. I'm a receptionist there. I just take money and weigh people in, give a little advice, but I've enjoyed that. I just remember my years in the mission field with Dad and Mom, and the many, many blessings and experiences that I had. I know my testimony of the gospel was strengthened, seeing you missionaries and what you are going through. And I remember having study class. Let's see, it was Becky and me. Becky and I would get up early and have study class with the missionaries in the home. We learned a couple of the scriptures.
Bonnie, right? No, Becky.
Anyway, that's about it.
Tell them you're Ginny again.
I'm Ginny. I married Bill Knob, K-N-A-U-B. So I'm Ginny Knob, Ginny B. Knob.
I know there's somebody else that most of you missionaries would like to see what's happened, because she was 3 years old when we went to the mission field, and she was 6 when we graduated and came home. So I just like you now to see the mature.
I'm a little older than 3. We moved home to Salt Lake when I was 6, and I went to school and then college here. I met my husband on a blind date, and we were married a year and a little bit after. His name's Rodney Rasmussen, and
Good name. Go Rasmussens.
and I hit the jackpot. We have 4 children, and 3 of them are married. And then the youngest is single. We have 7 with 1 on the way grandchildren, and they're the light of our lives. We live in Sandy at the mouth of the Kansas. And so we're not too far from Dad. We're very fortunate. Almost all of us live here in the valley. One lives up in Brigham City, and then our sister Becky is temporarily up in Idaho Falls with her husband. So and then our oldest sister Judy passed away right before Halloween. So there's 6 of us, and we love getting together and being able to see each other. And we're grateful. It's one of the first times we've been able to be together since COVID started. So It's nice to be able to be close to my dad and give him a kiss, birthday kiss. First kiss in over a year. So nice to see you all.
Thanks,
Happy
Barbara.
birthday, President Backman. Happy birthday.
Board.
This is fine.
President Backman,
That's Lamar.
President Backman, this is Lamar Taylor. Can you hear me?
Oh, of course.
President Backman. Oh, it's so good to see you. I have to jump on because I have to go to a doctor's appointment. It is so awesome to see you and to be able to tell you how much I love you. What a great influence you were in my life. The hardest thing I had to do was leave the mission and go up into the other mission as an assistant to President Whiteside's. But I wanted so much to be there with you, but it was a wonderful experience. And I actually had 3 mission presidents because I started with Barrett, then I had you, and then I went to up to the other mission. So it was an interesting time. But what a joy it was having you come to our mission with those vibrant young ladies who just livened up that mission home, along with their amazing mother, who was such a personality. I cannot tell you how you changed my life and how much you mean to me. I love you.
That's so sweet.
Thank you, Elder Taylor. That's a nice for a here. I tell you, brethren, if I got 150 of you or 200 of you that I could tell you how I feel about you, I would say, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah, we're trying to find your picture.
I served under President Barrett first in 1966. I was a convert at BYU in 1965. 8 months later, I went on my mission with Ivan J. Barrett as principal. When President Backman came into my life, made a big world of difference. I was ended up in the Northwestern States Mission out of Olympia, Washington, as a district leader. My last call before I was released as a missionary. Since then, everything has evolved. My family has joined the church. I was fortunate enough to have 128 baptisms on my mission. I subsequently baptized my nephews, married a wonderful wife out of England. And we were married 50 years as of September 11th. Unfortunately, she passed away in January due to some kidney and heart issues. But I have great health and my help with my family. I have 3 grown children, 6 grandchildren, and a great granddaughter. And incidentally, the world is short in the church because my grandson, who is married to a Lily Rockwood. Rockwoods were married by you, President Backman, 25 years ago in the Salt Lake Temple. So the world in the church is very small. But I just want to say happy birthday. Love you. Appreciate all you did. It was a kickstart. By the way, my parents joined the church while I was on my mission. My grandmother also joined the church. So from there, it just elevated. Missionary work has been my life. And I appreciate it.
Sounds good.
Blessings in heaven coming your way.
I just wanted to introduce Becky.
Is up here.
This is Becky. Look at it, Becky.
Look right here.
Say hi. Hi, where are you? Becky is has come down with Alzheimer and unfortunately and can't communicate very well. But she surprised us today and came down from Idaho to spend some time with her dad.
Sweet. A great family, a great family.
Thank you.
Can I just
President
say to
Backman,
you,
it's Brother Asmussen.
go ahead.
Hey, we just wanted to wish you happy birthday. Rasmussen's a good name for your daughter there. It's awesome. And we just want to wish happy birthday and tell you we love you.
And we miss you. You need to come back to St. George.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Great to see you.
You're talking about it.
I just want to tell you how I appreciate my missionaries who have put this thing together so I could do this. And
Oh,
I'm kidding with you in your own homes. I'm sitting here and just after eating a banquet in my own home here in Salt Lake. It's a remarkable world we live in, brethren. And I hope you I hope you each one of us understand the role we've had to give us a chance and to know what this world's all about. I just want you to know how deeply I love each one of you. I always will. I can't go through the book that Bonnie has without getting emotional because I lose track of where I am with the tears that I shed at knowing I'm not having a relationship with the rest of you. Know how much I do love you, how grateful I am for what you've done. Following my being a mission president, I had marvelous opportunities that the Lord gave me. I was made the young men's president. I was made after that general authority of the church. And most of what I did at that time, I can trace back to my missionary experience in the great Northwestern States. I love the mission. Thanks for everything you've done. God bless you.
Very
Thank you,
good.
President. We love you, President.
Was that the end?
No, I hope it's not the end. It's Emery Baldry, President.
Elder Baldry,
Yes,
we're looking for you.
I'm in the photograph here. I'm sitting right above your father's head.
There we go. Right
Okay,
there.
we got you.
Oh, my God.
I want to share with the others two of my fondest memories. One is having dinner at the Backman house. There was always lively conversation.
Oh, yes.
And the second is I cherish a book that you gave me as a parting gift, and it's signed by the girls as well as Robert and Virginia. And I treasure that. Even the youngest of the bunch had a little scrawl there that represented her name.
Krebs.
What book was it?
Now,
From Canada.
I still have a very strong connection with the Northwest. I have
Yes.
2 daughters and 8 grandkids and 2 great grandkids that live in the state of Washington.
Sure like to see you someday.
Yeah, well, we had a nice visit going back about 30 years when we moved out west, and you treated us to dinner, my wife and I and my youngest boy. Yeah, and there's if the others will pardon me, we had the grandest experience. You were on assignment for a state conference. And we were in the Hamilton, Ontario stake. I think it was. And my wife and I went out to the airport to visit with you until the area authority flew in, and we had an hour all alone with you, with all these people milling around. For my wife and me, it was like there was no one else there. And it was the first time my wife had met a general authority. So you made quite the impression, as always. And you signed my MN certificate. They don't have the award anymore, but those of us who are old enough will maybe clue in on the MN pins.
I don't remember
Good
the
to hear
MNs,
from-
but I do remember the Gleaners.
Oh, well, yes. The opposite numbers.
President Backman. This is Elder Finn, Michael T. Finn.
Michael.
I just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. And I remember the experiences with you. First day I walked into the mission home, you took my hand and shook it and said, "You're going to be a great missionary." And I appreciate that. And from that point on, I've been really good. I've been married almost 50 years this year, 6 kids, 9 grandkids, and they're all doing well.
Where are you from, Elder Finn?
Mesa, Arizona.
We have to take care of things.
I'm in Mesa, Arizona.
So we're gonna start here with your blood pressure. Is it
You-
okay if I leave you standing?
Thank you
for
very
your
much.
blood
You
pressure?
Happy
want
birthday,
left?
President.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Good to see you, my boy.
Hey, can we ask,
You're having a good day.
Oh, it's
Participating.
it's
Thank you,
amazing.
sir.
It
I
just
bet.
can we ask all of you your
And how old is he?
homes?
99.
99, okay. My grandma,
Please,
is, her birthday is August 10th. She will be 99.
Oh, isn't
Yeah.
that fantastic?
I know.
Oh,
If we could have Elder
and to
Steak,
live in this
Brother
day when
Steak,
we have
you
so
could
many things
mute
available
your
to us,
phone.
I
it's
know,
just
I know. They've lived a long life and
Brother
have
Steak,
experienced many
mute
things
your
and seen many
phone.
things change, right?
and what a
And grow,
resource.
and- I know, yes, yes. It's just such a delight to go and visit with her, talk to her.
going to,
Can you do you mind if you put your book there? Okay, thank you.
Oh, you do like a finger.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Brother Steak must not be listening to his phone or his computer.
This is for your temperature goes across your forehead. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
please mute your computer.
Thank you.
If I could take just a minute,
Stay.
this is Dell Hill, Elder Hill. My wife and I are currently serving in the Philippines, except they won't let us in, so we're in Salt Lake. But we have greatly been blessed. I remember Elder Backman from the first day I came. I felt like I was one of your kids. As your real children talk to us, it would be wonderful if they'd show their picture from when they were young, so we could recognize. Oh yeah, I remember her.
Great blood
That would be
pressure.
wonderful.
Better than mine.
But
Oh,
we
well, maybe you ought to
we've been
come work
blessed
in
to
our
serve
pomegranate orchard with
a
me.
couple of missions already.
I probably do need to.
Brother Steak,
Even
turn your
though
phone off.
I'm very active. I don't know why my blood pressure is not very good.
Anyway,
I cycle.
we got to serve
walk.
in
Well, you're
Outer
under a lot of
Mongolia.
Hey, elders and president, everyone is muted at this moment, I think, but me. And we have too many people speaking at one time, and the program is voice sensitive, and so it kind of picks up this person and that person. So we kind of, if everyone would kind of mute their computer, mute their screen, and the one who's talking, we should be the only one that we hear. So if everyone would mute their screen, who was talking to us just a minute ago? Was it Dell? If Dell would unmute his and talk to us, and the Backmans unmute theirs, and Dell, you unmute yours, and we'll just have one person speaking at a time. Sorry for the interruption. Where's the screen? Someone's. Oh. President, are you there? You can unmute yours.
Dale needs to unmute his also.
There we
Okay.
go. It wouldn't let us unmute. Now it will. So
Okay.
anyway, this is Elder Hill. We've had the blessing of being able to serve in Outer Mongolia for 2 years. Then were blessed to serve in Ghana at the MTC. That was amazing. We were in the old MTC, and then they finished the new MTC in Ghana, and we got to serve there with 2 amazing MTC presidents. And then we served at Heber Valley Camp, at the girls' camp up there. We only got to serve 1 summer because last summer we were supposed to be serving and they closed it. So we weren't able to serve last summer there, but they asked us during that time if we'd be willing to go back to Africa. And we said, yes, we would go back to Africa. So they said, put in your papers and we'll call you to Africa. We put in our papers and they called us to the Philippines. So, and now we're supposed to be in the Philippines doing welfare and humanitarian service, but they won't let us come until they let us come. So we have 8 children and 24 grandchildren and have been so amazingly blessed. And I so much appreciate you, President Backman, and your family, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay. Someone else gonna wish the president a happy birthday.
Hey, President, this is Elder Greenway from Pennsylvania. I remember you, I'm not sure if you do.
How come I went to the 4 screen? Did I just?
You came to Pennsylvania, and you and I spent about a half an hour together. You were filling in for Elder Featherstone. It was after you were released, and we had a wonderful visit. And all of my kids there. I was serving as bishop and had a bunch of kids at that large all LDS campsite.
Wow.
My wife and I have subsequently served together in Indonesia and are now temple workers in the Washington Temple when they get that or when it becomes available.
Elder Greenway, my husband was one of the early missionaries in Indonesia.
Then he may know Elder Grover or Groberg.
Yes, yes, he does.
He was, yeah, he was our mission president at the time.
Wonderful.
That's quite the story.
President Backman?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to jump in here. My name is Elder Simpkins, Alan Simpkins. I'm living in St. George. And when you first came to the mission field, 55 years ago almost, I was the mission secretary.
Yeah.
And so I was so delighted to spend time in the mission home. I lived in the mission home with you and your wonderful family. I was there for a number of months as you started your mission. I was there with President Barrett before you. So it's been a long time since I've seen you, almost 55 years, and I can't tell you how much I love you. I want to wish you a happy birthday.
He wants to know if he looks any better.
Can I jump in here, Elder Simpkins? This is Brian Hollister. I was your zone leader companion in Seattle, Washington.
Yes, I remember that, Elder.
Good to see you.
You too.
I'm in Thousand Oaks, California, but I have a lot of relatives and friends up in St. George, so we should link up sometime.
Well, come down and see me.
Somebody asked to see a picture of all of us when we were younger so you could remember. Here this is. This is the cute one, Barbara. That's me. And Pat, Bonnie, Jimmy, and Becky. And then Mom and Dad. And then anyone recognize that house?
They do. I served
There.
President Backman.
Yes, ma'am.
Dale Crotts.
What? Hello. It's Dale. Someone else is talking though, but I'll talk. This is Dale Crotts. I live in St. George. I've enjoyed seeing the president a couple times recently and their family. The daughters kind of bring fear and trembling to me to see them. They'll have to tell you sometime why. I enjoyed the president a lot. I get to see him every time he comes to St. George and just enjoy every minute of it. And thank you. It's great to see everybody. And gosh, you're all looking old. I appreciate you. Love you, President. Happy birthday. And I'm out.
Bye, Dale.
President Backman,
This is Bob Hunsaker
Bob Hunsaker.
Jolene.
and Jolene. We are serving a service mission in Tucker, Georgia. We're originally from Star Valley.
Oh.
We wanted to brought back lots of memories of Elder Backman marrying two of our children. The trip up to Butte, Montana, or Billings, Montana, and running into one of your old missionary companions there serving as a sealer was an eventful day. We want to wish you a very happy birthday and may you have many more. Love and appreciate all the good things that you influenced me in my life.
President Backman,
Yes.
this is Elder Newman.
Oh, yeah, Lynn Newman.
Right here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just trying to find you in the pictures, but we found you.
Okay. I still call myself elder because Sister Newman are doing a mission here in St. George inspecting apartments. It's our third mission together. Good to see the president and all of you. We got lots of grandkids. We only got one great, so we're not really great yet, but we're all right. My time with the Northwestern States Mission set me on a good course for the rest of my life. Thank you, President Backman.
President Backman.
God bless. Yes, sir.
This is Mike Telford. Am I up?
Hey, we spot you.
Telford. Okay. President Backman, I can't tell you how much I love and appreciate you, but I wanted to share with everybody my special experience that happened many years after and if I could talk.
Telford.
After our good time in the mission field, it was just absolutely wonderful. But in the early 80s, I had a brain tumor. And am I still on?
Yes.
And my good friend Alp Goldsmith, Elder Goldsmith, who is working today and was going to try to get on, but not sure he's going to be able to, had kept acquaintance with you. And he told you about me and my troubles. And you reached out to me, and we had no contact for all those years. And you reached out to me and invited me to come to the church office building and visit with you. And I did that alone at first and explained my situation and my life story and the troubles I'd been through. And it was a wonderful occasion. And you invited my wife and I back to give me a blessing before I was to go have surgery for the brain tumor. And what a wonderful occasion that was. It was also just kind of a fun sidelight. I kept going to the wrong door in the church office building, so I got to meet lots of general authorities that day before I finally got to your office. But that was wonderful. Anyway, you gave me a wonderful, wonderful blessing, and assured me that things would be all right. And the special thing that I remember so well, because I'm a farmer, and you might notice I'm sitting in a pickup. I'm running parts today for I'm still actively farming with my sons, and you blessed me that I would know what to grow.
That's cool.
President Backman.
That has blessed me so much. I just wanted to share that with you. I have, my wife and I have 10 wonderful children, 45 grandchildren, and all but one of them very active in the church. We'll get him. And so grateful for what you did for me then. And by the way, this is an interesting. So I'm in the hospital 2 days after the surgery, and who shows up at my hospital bed? The President Backman.
Wow.
We love you, President. Happy birthday.
Thanks for sharing
Thank
that.
you. Would you, Elder Goldsmith, give him my love?
I will, and he may be able to get on. He said if he had a break, he's in his about fourth career as a full-time nurse at 78, and works every day. And he said if he got a break, he would try to call in. But I will. I'll give him your very best, and he to you as well. Thank you, and we love you so much. Thank you for all you did for me.
President Backman.
Who's this?
Hi, I'm Steve McCasson. I just wanted to be in on this so that I can wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. God bless you.
Where are you located, Steve?
Well, I'm from McAllen, Texas, but I live now in Twin Falls, Idaho.
Okay.
I actually served for 4 months here in Twin Falls, Idaho on my mission.
I don't know. Where do
It's
you-
cold for a Texas boy.
Idaho Falls.
Idaho Falls.
President Backman, this is John Hall from South Jordan. I want to just wish you a wonderful birthday today and thank you for the service you rendered to all of us as missionaries and as members of the church as a general authority. We remember the fond memories of your daughters in the mission home. We were the recipients of many of their wonderful gestures, which kept us on our toes all the time. My wife and I live in South Jordan. I'm currently a seer in the Oker Mountain Temple and served there in the temple presidency and as a stake president, bishop for 18 years and many other assignments. But happy birthday and thank you, President, for your influence in my life.
Wow. Thank you.
President.
Who's this?
Steve Uri.
Where's
Oh,
Steve?
down here. Oh, Steve.
Jenny.
Oh.
I saw you about a week ago, President.
Did you see him?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's so good to see you again. Good to see all your daughters. They look younger than what they did in the mission field.
They are.
Yeah, happy birthday. It was good to see Elder Simpkins again. We were in the mission office together. So, yeah. So anyway, well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
President Backman.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Gail Wolfenbarger. Let's see, when I was called, I was in Stockton, California. I have since moved to South Jordan. And over the years, I think we've come in contact with one another 3 times. The first time was when you asked me if I would be willing to serve with Elder Bjorkman. You probably remember well. And the second time I was in Morgan Hill, and you came to our state conference and you told me that Elder Bjorkman had passed away. And then the last time I saw you was in the Jordan River Temple. And So it's been fine, and just wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
I love
very much.
President Backman.
Wave your hand so we know who's talking.
I can take a turn here.
There we go. Right here.
It's Elder Cockrell, Harry Cockrell, from originally from South Dakota. I just wanted to express a happy birthday to you. We live in Magna, me and my wife, Mary Ann. Hello. But we've been married. This is our 50th year anniversary. We were celebrating this year in November, but we have 13 grandchildren, and we live in Magna here, just with 6 children we've had. Just they live all close by, so that's wonderful. We get to see them often. But we're serving as ward missionaries right now, and serving a mission up in towards Seattle, the Ensign Ranch. We served there for 18 months, and then served special needs mission. So we love missionary work, and just want to wish you a happy birthday. You really look well. It's good to see you. And as a new convert to the church, I think over just a little over a year, you had a great, powerful influence in my life. And I just remember the spirit that I felt there, and the strength of the gospel that you gave me. Thank you so much. See ya.
Thank you. I sure wish you well.
Can I jump in here?
Sister,
Hey,
we want to.
how do we get on here? Am I there? Well, I'm the troublemaker, so he'll remember that.
Yes.
I remember your last birthday, and it was easier to stand in line to wish you happy birthday than it's been to get on here. But I feel like I'm on here with a bunch of strangers. So far, I've known no one but the girls and you. So I don't know if I was there all alone or what.
Thank you.
I recognize you, Darla.
Yeah, I enjoyed our association. I enjoyed when I could see you down to the temple.
Yeah. Darling's right here.
We've had 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. Neither of the the 2 boys are on the other side of the bell, and the 2 girls are here with 8 grandchildren. And so we're very lucky. You performed our marriage in the temple about 47 years ago. I don't know if you remember that, but you might.
To the contrary.
Well, I didn't quite get on when they were first showing who has passed away. How are we going to get a list of that?
I can send you one.
Would you?
Yes.
That would be wonderful if you would.
Darling, so good to see you. Love you so much.
Oh, I know. Now, when are we going to go to lunch?
I know we'll have.
We plan these lunches every time, and then we don't go.
Let's do it. I'll give you a call.
Give me a call. We need to do that. You know what? I don't want to take a lot of time, but I've been in the hospital with that lovely COVID.
Oh.
And there's a lot of people I'd like to see in case I get something else crazy. So that would be good. The Lord really blessed me, and I survived it. And so that was a lucky thing. But President, you look great.
Thank
Sharp as ever. It would have been fun to see you in my courtroom, but that didn't happen. But I know that you were a great attorney, so that's the wonderful part. Okay, I'll give somebody else a chance.
Thank you.
I'll watch and see if there's anybody I know.
Hello, President Backman. Hello, President Backman. This is Fred Bigler.
Oh, Fred Bigler.
Can,
Yeah, we see ya.
we're up here in British Columbia, Canada, but we just wanted to make sure and wish you a happy birthday and let you know how great a time we had while we were serving under you as a missionary. There's not a day goes by, but what I recall the experiences and things that I learned while I was serving under you as a missionary. We got to know the Lord on a personal basis, and He's been with us and our family ever since then. We've had the opportunity of serving a mission in Africa, in the headquarters mission, and serving as a patriarch here in the Prince George Stake in British Columbia, Canada. So we just wanted to let you know how much we love and appreciate you and your family and the things that we learned from you and the experiences we had. Thank you so much and happy birthday.
Thank you.
This is Sister Cottrell. I want to try to jump in. Faye Cottrell. Represent the sisters. Darla and I were companions way back when. And wish you a happy birthday. We're grateful for the opportunity I had to live in your home and be your last secretary before you left the mission field. I'm the mother of 10. My youngest was a daughter who served in the Boise mission, and Twin Falls, she was there coordinating the young sisters for the temple opening there in Twin Falls. And I just want to express how much I do love you and help represent the sisters that we're out in the field with you, not just all elders.
That's right.
Yeah, I loved our sisters.
Oh, absolutely. I had baptisms.
Elder Yuri.
I had some baptisms when I was a stake missionary at BYU, and our last missions have had more to do with getting people to the temple, and we have done that. So we were able to activate and get people to the temple. Our last mission was in Kirtland, so we got to give tours and tell people about the early days of the church. So we've had a very rich and a wonderful life. Happy birthday, President Backman. I'm so glad.
This is Jim Heap. My wife Anita and I are now in Mesa, Arizona. That's where we served from 1967 to 69.
So where's he?
And the thing I remember most about President Backman was the unconditional love that he had for me, and I think for all the missionaries. He didn't know us, but he welcomed us and he loved us and he hugged us and he just inspired us to do wonderful things. So President, a special happy birthday to you. 99 is pretty good. I think you should go forward. 100 plus is a good goal. We have 7 children, 40 grandchildren. First great grandchild is coming. I'm a retired physician back in 2013 when I was only 65. We've had a wonderful life, but it all boils back to that mission. The mission prepares young men and young women for the rest of our lives, because we've learned to recognize the spirit. And I just can't thank you enough for your love and encouragement and your example, and you and your good family. So happy birthday, and I'll get off to give others a chance.
That's a heap of love.
President, this is Elder Spooner.
Oh,
Elder Spooner.
Now, how could I know you with that mustache?
I don't know. But let me just remind you of a couple of things. I was a zone leader up in Spokane and without a companion for a few days. And you came up to Spokane and was my companion for 3 days and 2 nights.
Oh my God.
And the other thing I wanted to remind you of was that after the mission split, President Whitesides had contacted me in Spokane and wanted to talk to me. And the next day or two, I received a letter from down in Portland, And the only thing it said on it was, "Welcome to the South, you old rebel." And it was a transfer. You stole me away from the Pacific Northwest and brought me back down to Portland, and I finished out down there with you. You old rebel. So I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and to tell you how much you have influenced my life.
Thanks.
So much so that when I got married, I had 5 daughters.
All right.
When he got married, he had 5 daughters.
You influenced his life so well.
I only had 7.
Well, I quit after 5. But happy birthday. Love you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, President Backman, Ken Crane. I just wanted to call and wish you a happy birthday. It was 50 years ago that you married my wife and I. And it was 30 years ago you married my daughter and son-in-law. And we really appreciate it. One thing that I remember and never forget, and that was when I went into the service. I got my draft notice the day I got home from my mission and went up to Fort Lewis, Washington, and you invited me to come down to the meeting of Motivated right after I got up there. And it was quite an experience for me just to be able to be there and be with you. Another thing is that I always enjoyed going to the Jordan River Temple to visit with you while you were there. And I want to thank you very much for the love that you've given me, my wife, and my family. Thank you, and happy birthday.
This is Elder Melvin Whipple. Can you hear me?
Melvin Whipple.
Yeah. Yes, I was called on my mission from Phoenix, Arizona in August of 1966. And then when the Pacific Northwest came online, I was transferred to the Pacific Northwest. After my mission, I served 20 years in the United States Army as a helicopter mechanic. I retired and then worked for another 10 years at America West Airlines in Phoenix. I currently live in Prescott Valley, Arizona. While I was in my military career, I served 3 state missions. When I was in Colorado Springs, after I retired, Colorado Springs, Colorado, I served a 2-year service mission in the employment office there in Colorado Springs. I am currently fully retired, and I appreciate everything that you taught me. I had a great life, both in the military and out of it.
Thank you.
Hello, President. This is Mark Walkenhorst. Happy birthday. It's so good to see you again. About 20 years ago, I returned to the Great Northwest with my wife after raising our family. And I just wanted to let you know that among many, many others, we love you so much. You were like a second father to me, one of the most magnificent influences in my life. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Elder Hunt here. Elder Hunt, Lynn Hunt.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Elder Backman. We all look old except you. I want to be like you when I grow up. Good to see everybody. I don't know very many here. Sister Cottrell, it's good to see you. What a life you've had. Awesome. I was called from Preston, Idaho with Elder Moser that's on here, I think. And Elder Walkenhorst, you were my trainer. What an outstanding individual elder you were. And I want to shout out to Brother Fulton. I saw him here earlier. Tough companion, but I love you, man. You taught me so much. Happy birthday, President Backman. I live in St. George with 100 other people down here. I've been here 35 years. Welcome. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
President Backman, this is Elder Frost.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. We see you.
It was Elder Neil L. Anderson that I believe talked about spiritual defining moments. You were a spiritual defining moment. You helped transform my life. You have been such a righteous example. You have ministered unto me all of my life, even though I have not been in your presence, have not been able to talk to you, but that defining moment has been a memory that has influenced my life in a positive spiritual way. I love you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you and your entire family. Just know that you've had an impact upon so many of us, and you have on me. Thank you, President.
God bless you.
President, can you hear me? This is Rob Williams.
Yes.
Yes.
I, along with my wife, live in Boise, Idaho. And President, like so many of us, you've basically transformed our lives. And we just thank you so much for it. It's interesting to see Elder Krotz and Elder Cockrell. None of us have changed a bit. My wife and I have been married in 2 weeks. We've been married 50 years. And we have live in Boise, Idaho. And we have 5 children and 17 grandchildren. And all of our sons have gone on missions. 4 of our sons have gone on missions. And we just want to thank you so much for your goodness. We want to thank you for your sterling example, your service in the church. And we just wish you could live another 99 years, President. We love you. Thank you for being who you are and your goodness.
Where did you get that card?
President, I collect these cars and I have quite a few of them. But if you ever get to Boise, Idaho, we'd love to have you come up and give you a ride.
Thank you very much.
Love you, President. Thank you.
President, who you got on there now? President, this is, it's Blaine Walker. How are you, President? Can you see me? Can you see me?
Yes,
All right.
where did you get that?
Hey, you've seen me with that. You've seen me with that mustache before. Remember when I came to the Jordan River Temple to work with you? The brother there asked me to shave it off, and I said, I've had this for 40 years. My wife would never recognize me. And you said, well, I knew you when you didn't have one. I said, yeah, but you've known me longer since I have had one. But I had it shaved off all the time I worked in the temple, and most of the time I was in the bishopric. But with all this COVID, I grew it back. So it was good to talk to you. I just talked to you a month or so ago. You look good.
Thank
for
you.
99. My dad's 98.
Oh my. Wonderful. Wow.
So, hey, I love you, man. You, as Elder Frost said, you've been a great influence.
Yeah. Thank you.
Been a great influence in our lives. And it's good to see Elder Spooner. I don't recognize him. He was a young, skinny kid back then. But anyways, Elder Spooner and Elder Frost, great men. You're a great man, and you did a great job as a mission president, as a temple president. You led us all so many different ways, mainly in your example. And it's great to see those daughters standing there. Yeah, they haven't aged a bit. And if you believe that, I got a piece of property I'll sell you. we're down, we just got here in St. George to our place down here, so I had to wait till we finally landed to be able to talk to you, but you look great. I love you, and you are another father figure, and hopefully I'll get over to see you soon.
Thanks.
President Backman, I don't know if you remember me, but I served my mission from 64 to 66. So it was right in the summer when you came was in 66, and I left in October. And in August, you called me your John the Baptist. Do you remember that? Medford, Oregon was leading the world at that time in baptisms. And so you called me John the Baptist. Anyway, I love you. I've talked to you, I think it was about 26 years ago. You were in the Kearns area giving a talk at a stake. And I saw you in the hallway and we visited for some time.
Who is that?
Thank you.
Bruce Niederhauser.
Niederhauser.
I was there in Ashland, Oregon when you came into the mission. So I went home the end of August and you just come out in July, I think. And then the last time I ever saw you was at a fireside in Ogden just after I'd been married. I've been married going on 52 years now, have 4 sons, 16 grandchildren and 6 great grandchildren. Just want to wish you a happy birthday, President. That's all. I didn't know Lynn Hunt was ever in that mission. He was in St. George, knew him there too.
Thank you.
Hey, President, how are you? Happy birthday.
Phil Brewer. Elder Brewer. Sorry.
Happy birthday, Brother Backman.
Where's where is
That's
Elder Brewick.
Oh.
His cute wife.
he? Okay.
Hope you guys are doing well and everyone's health is
President?
doing well.
we are.
Good.
Well, we started out well with President Backman's marrying us and this great advice he gave us. We just had to start out.
President, you've always been such a rock in my life and our family. My kids love you. Our close association. I remember fondly our trip to Canyonlands that we spent a couple of days roaming around, but you've always been such an example, and I really appreciate and love that. Love you so much. Love your family, especially those characters behind you.
Thank
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Grant Fry, if you could put your phone on mute. There you go. Thank you. If you want to talk though, Elder Fry, you can unmute. Say hi to him.
There's considerable background here. That's why I had it muted. Happy birthday, President.
Elder Fulton here. Just wanted to say happy birthday to you. And I appreciate the guidance and direction you gave us all as missionaries. I was a new convert to the church. I just came out of the military and went served in the Northwestern States Mission. And I've always appreciated the Lord directed me there to you. I had a great opportunity to serve with you, and I always appreciated all the missionaries that you assigned to me. We had a lot of success. Of course, we had a lot of success in that mission under your leadership, and I always appreciated that. Also, I had the opportunity when we went to the big Boy Scout Jamboree up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and you were up there with Elder Featherstone, and it was a great experience that we had. And a lot of young kids never have that kind of experience. They just don't have it anymore. But appreciate all that you've done. It's been a great spirit throughout all of our lives. It's been a great opportunity to know you and your example that you set for us all. Happy birthday. And my goal is also to hopefully I'll be living as long as you have. So you have a great day. Appreciate you.
President Backman, this is Kyle Widdison. We once took a flight from when I first arrived in the mission field we went flew from Portland to Boise and then drove down to Twin Falls, Idaho. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and let you know I love you. And I really appreciate everything you did for me.
Elder Whittison, do you remember me, Elder Uri?
I sure do.
I was your DL.
Yes, you were.
So good to see you again.
It's good seeing you. We both changed a bit, though, it looks like.
I think so. We're both old geezers now.
Yes, we are. We're truly geezers.
Well, it's good to see you.
Good seeing you, Elder Uri.
President Backman.
President.
Hello, this is Elder Jonathan Madsen. A short story. You and I were at the temple dedication in Seattle, and when I saw you there, I thought I would go talk to you. And all of the general authorities had gone down to the cafeteria for lunch, but I went down there trying to say hi to you, and as it turned out, I saw you and I almost got to you, and I ran into President Kimball, who thought I was trying to get to him, and which was kind of strange, but so I had a good talk with him, and in the meantime, you had left, so I didn't get to talk to you. I want to wish you a happy birthday. Good luck to everything. And also, Elder Fry, if you're still on, I remember you from Moscow. And Elder Baldry, you were also in Moscow with me as companions. Thanks for both of you being such good companions. And thank you, President, for being a good president.
President, it's John Edgell.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Elder Edgell.
Oh, kind of confusing. I just wanted to call and wish the president a very happy birthday. When we came out, there was 11 of us that came off the airplane in August of 1966, and I'll never forget that the president knew each one of us by name, having never seen us before. And that made a lasting impression on me. And I'm just so grateful for the great man that you are, for the example that you have set. They stole me away with about 8 months to go to the mission to the north. And I was, I served happily, but, I do have great memories from my days serving under your able administration. I was so blessed to spend 20 years in the military as an Army aviator. And then I flew for fun for another 16 years. So I spent 36 years in the cockpit instead of the operating room like I was supposed to, but I had fun. My wife and I live in St. George, and we not long ago served a mission in Sicily in Italy as a military relations couple. And we were one of the few seniors that were, I guess, blessed, allowed to teach the gospel. We did have a baptism while we were there, and it was a great experience. And you set me on the path of missionary work. I was a 70 for many years. I served so many stake missions, and I've loved baptizing people ever since you gave me a taste for it. And I just want to let you know that you were a great influence in my life, and may the Lord bless you and your family. Have a great birthday, President.
Thank you.
Hello, President. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
This is Elder Brent Kapner. I served in what was called the Great Northwestern States Mission.
Yes, it still is.
We were all fired up. Since then, I've been married, have 2 kids, have served in 2 stake presidencies, and have served 2 stake missions as well. I haven't stopped baptizing. The reason the last 10 years I baptized my granddaughter. But I just wanted to call you and wish you a very happy birthday. I love you. You're my second dad. Do you remember once that some missionary kept writing the mission people asking for his prayer book?
For his what?
For his prayer book. Somebody wrote asking for a prayer book.
And the commissary went over it and over it and over it, kept looking for the prayer book. He got the assistants looking for the prayer book. They could never find the prayer book. And then you said, who wrote this? It was Elder Karski in Boise. Who's his DL? It's Brother Kapner. Oh, now I know what's going on. And about 2 weeks later, we had a zone conference. And after a few minutes, we were going to go on a break. And you said to me, Elder Kapner, I'd like to see you in private right now. I thought I was going to be in real serious trouble. And I should have been. But you were kind and loving and told me not to do that anymore. I just really appreciated the start that I got on my mission. And I appreciate you as a person and as a leader. And as the mission president, you're the best. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Hi, President Backman, Sister DL.
Oh my goodness. Thanks a lot. Barbara.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you, Barbara.
Oh, so good to see you.
Good to see you.
Steal your sister.
Yeah, I remember when you had your 90th birthday and we came to that party. So anyway, so good to see you. And I just love when you were able to seal my sister who disappeared to my parents in 2007, I believe. So anyway, you're looking good.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Jenny. Anyway, that was a wonderful time. It was a wonderful time. Dave and I work in the Draper Temple. He's a recorder. So I go like every other week. So anyway, happy birthday again.
Thank you.
Okay.
President Terry Wall here. Just a thought, how you loved so many and all the love comes back to you. I don't know what the secret was. The Father in heaven blessed you with a special talent and how you saved so many of us and got us on the path to serve the Lord our whole lives. What a blessing. We love you, President. Happy, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Elder Wall.
Yes, sir.
Elder Wall, Elder Yuri.
Hello, Elder Yuri. I'm not as tall as you are, but I'm getting there.
Are you still lovesick for that girl that you were patting over in the mission home?
No, that all changed. That all changed when President sent me out to LeGrand. And I wrote her a note and said I was focusing on my mission.
Well, I love you, Elder Wall. I always remember you.
Well, I remember you too, Elder. What a great man and what a blessing, Steve. Thank you.
Elder Wall.
Yes, ma'am.
Dad was asking how your health is doing now.
Doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. We're all, it's a 3-month cycle now. So we keep hoping that we're gonna get to the end of the 3 months and we could go on another mission, but whatever the Lord wants, we'll do. So thanks for asking, President. All those prayers have.
God bless you.
He has.
Say hi to Heidi.
Will do. Will do.
I don't know if you can see me or someone else, but President Backman, I served with you 1 year in the Northwest, but 3 years at the Jordan River Temple. And that was a real honor. And you served in the state legislature with my neighbor, Elmo Turner.
Wow.
So he spoke very highly of you, and he and I talked quite a bit about you. Anyway, you're a great man. You meant a lot to me in my life, and my family thanks you for what you did for me. So happy birthday, and I love you, and thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, this is Kathy Canland Turpin. I was from Bend, Oregon, and you actually called me on my mission, and then I ended up in your mission. I was only there for 3 months, but it was a wonderful 3 months. And I can't thank you enough for who you are and what you've done for me and so many others. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Kathy, Kathy, where did you serve?
I served in the, I was in Chehalis. It was actually, it was actually my most successful part of the mission. We had 10 baptisms that first month, for those 3 months. And then I went to the Pacific Northwest. Thank you.
President Backman, happy birthday. I'm Terry Campbell, and I'm from Silver Springs, Idaho. My wife and I are parents of 6 children, 24 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandson. And we've been on mission to Ireland, and then we got home for a couple of years, and then we went back to another mission in Nauvoo. And now we've been working in the temple, Logan Temple and the Star Valley Temple. We got 24 grandchildren and 1 great-grandson. And I'd like to wish you a happy birthday. That's a milestone. I hope I live that long.
It's been a remarkable birthday.
Thank you for being such a great example.
Thank you.
President Backman, this is Clarence Branchley. I just want to wish you a happy birthday and tell you it's good to see you again, and repeat what everyone else has said. What an impact you had on my life. I don't know that I want to live as long as you have, but nevertheless, you were a great inspiration to my life. And thank you very much.
Well, I hope you can have it as long as I have.
President, this is Elder Pace trying to get in here. You there?
Yep.
I just want to know how all these guys look so much older than you do now. Look, you just look like you did the first time I saw you in the mission home. You look great, President.
Well, I am. I married well.
Yes, you did. You lived a great life. You've been an inspiration to a lot of people. Had a great influence on a lot of lives in this old world. I just want to sneak in here and tell you how much we love you. You sealed us in the temple. We're still together after all those years, and we just think of you often. My kids and grandkids love you all. The
they know you, even though they've never met you. They've heard so many stories about you. So happy birthday, and hope to see you again a year from now, and we'll do it again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, President. This is Elder Woodward,
Elder Woodward.
Albert Woodward. You remember me?
Yes.
Yeah, I live out here in West Shore, Utah. And I'm married, had 5 children. All 5 of them went on missions.
Cool.
And so we've been involved in and Billy, my wife says we got 18. I have one granddaughter that died. We got 17 living granddaughters. So grandchildren rather. She keeps correcting me here. I'm glad she does. She's good at that. So, but I appreciate you and all that you've done for us, and I want to wish you a happy birthday, and I want to thank everybody that put this together. It's been a good deal. I wanted to say hi to Elder Bigler if he's still there, and Elder Newman. I remember, don't know if Elder Newman remembers, but there in that we were called Elder Neward and Elder Woodman by a couple of girls that we baptized. So it was a good experience, and I really appreciate what you did for us. Thank you very much, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Elder Woodward. This Elder Newman.
Yeah.
I'm here in St. George also.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I remember you well.
You're talking.
Sister Loretta Baumgardner, she lives around St. George also.
Oh my God.
Oh, does she really? Yeah, do they still call you Elder Woodman?
No. Well, she's Lori Bliss now, but and
Yeah.
Vincent Krotz, I saw you on there. I remember you well, plus many others, but are you still there, Dale Krotz?
I am, yes.
Hey.
It was
Yes,
good to
I
see
remember you too.
Sister Deal.
I remember Dale Cross also.
Yeah.
Well, we had a great mission together. I still have a lot of my neighbors who lived in, who I talked to about missions, and I tell them, well, you may have had a good mission, but we baptized, we were the leader baptizing mission in the world. And that's, you can't say that. It's great. I appreciate all of you. Hope you've all had a good life.
Go ahead.
Thank you again.
Go ahead, kids.
Elder Krotz, where are you?
Sister Deal right here.
Deal, hi. I remember when you told me to get some guts, Sister Deal. On my mission. So anyway.
And you did.
Yeah, and I did.
Unmuting that.
Oh, boy, who's that?
Don't know.
Okay. Anyway.
It's so good to do, Sister Deal. It makes the hair on my arm stand up. Well, along with everyone else, it's been such a great occasion. I'm impressed by everyone. Most of all, how many of you have been on missions? It's just inspiring to me. In other words, I haven't been on a mission, another mission. I've been scouting for the Anaheim Angels. Has been my job over the past few years, but I'm ready to go now.
I hope go on a mission. That's
No.
what you're correct.
Go find a ball player.
President Back.
Hi, this is former Vicki Robinson Hill, Sister Hill. I was in the mission field when my brother came into the mission field, and his name was Val Robinson. And after his mission, he passed away in Vietnam. And President Backman came and spoke at his funeral. And so appreciated that, and so appreciated President Backman marrying a couple of our sons in the Jordan River Temple. And just so grateful for the blessings that we've had because of our missionary experiences. Want to wish President happy birthday. We live in West Valley City, but we also have a home in St. George. So we spend time at both places. And if any of you remember my brother, I would love to hear from you. Val Robinson that served in the Northwestern States Mission also. Thank you.
Thank
Good to
you.
see you.
Sister Hill, this is Ed Moser. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're right there. Oops. Right there. Yes, yes, we can.
Ed Moser.
I don't know.
Elder Robinson was my trainer. He trained me when I was out in Milwaukee on my mission.
Oh, I thought it was.
And I love serving there on my mission. Love President Backman. He always told us to love our elders and our companions. And I told my companion, as soon as I love you, Elder, I'll tell you. And I learned to love my elders and love President Backman and his family. In fact, my wife and I had 7 daughters because we looked up to President Backman so much. Thank you and happy birthday, President Backman. And good to see you, Sister Hill. Haven't seen you for 50 years, I guess.
Thank you.
Jim, do you want to hear from you?
Sister Hill, this is Elder Stephen Wilson. Apparently, a lot of us here in St. George, I'm in St. George. Val Robinson was my companion, and I couldn't wait to get home from the mission field to go see him. And then he had that unfortunate thing happen in Vietnam. But
Yes.
I'd like to visit with you sometime and tell some stories about us in the mission field. We have some good ones. Anyway, President Backman, happy birthday. Good to see you. We've had dinner down here in St. George a time or two and visited with you. And my goodness, you look good. I don't know how someone gets 99 in such good health.
No, thank you.
Carl, what's your last name?
Wilson.
Thank you.
And on the screen, it says Carl. In the mission field, I was known as Stephen, but at home, I always went by my middle name, which is Carl. See lots of my old companions on that screen too. It's good to see them. Some of my favorite people in the world, although we haven't had contact. So my wife and I served a mission in South Africa. We've been temple workers in St. George Temple for the last 10 years before it closed. And I was an assistant recorder the last 3 or 4 years before it closed. And we're just biding our time till it opens again. And we have a family ranch out at Hatch where I was raised that I spend a lot of time helping at. So happy birthday. I'll get off so someone else can have a turn.
Thank you.
This is Bob J. It's Elder Greenwood. And President, I love you. I'm fortunate enough to live in his ward and actually took my happy birthday to his house this morning. It's great to see all of you old fogies, but I always wanted to be like him, and the only thing, the closest I can come is hair. So,
Got a great hairline.
we love you. We love you. And when he moved into our ward, I was in the high priest group, and I exercised unrighteous dominion, and we assigned him to be my home teacher. I love you, President, and I love all of you old folks. And keep hanging on.
Thanks.
It's Elder William Robinson from Rifle, Colorado.
There we go, right there.
Calling to say happy birthday.
You.
The lighting.
The lighting's not very good, so we can hear you and see you a little bit. There we go. Oh, great. Much better.
Anyway, happy birthday, President.
Thank you.
You have been a lifelong mentor to me, and I appreciate that. Thank you. My best friends at my age now are old missionary companions, Mike Telford, Alp Goldsmith, Bob Bagley, David Stiles. Anyway, what a wonderful experience, and love you and happy birthday. Oh, by the way, David Stiles and I buried Jerry Hughes last year in June. I gave the invocation, he gave the benediction at his funeral in Modesto, California.
You're a good man.
Anyway, love you. Happy birthday.
We're glad we have a chance to sing happy birthday to you, President Backman. This is Lynette Sims Ship, and 5 kids and 19 grandkids. Charles and I have sung in the choir here for over 10 years and love singing together, and enjoyed working with Sister Deal and Sister Robinson. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
President Backman, Bob Bagley. Wanted to call and wish you a happy birthday, and thanks for taking all the kinks out of me. And Bill Robinson and I get to see each other real often now. And anyway, happy birthday, and what a great mission we had. You turned us all around.
President Backman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Richard
This,
Ben.
this Richard Benyon. And we had just a few months together. I served from 1964 or August of 64 to August of 66. And Elder Niederhauser was my companion in the mission home in Salt Lake. Just wanted to wish you happy birthday. My aunt was Ione Benyon. And so I just wanted to wish you well and say thanks for your service.
Thank you.
So I'm Mark Wilcox, which I hope you don't remember me. I'm wondering if you know the name of Nephi's horse?
Well,
Nephi's horse. Do you know the name of Nephi's horse?
No, BNT.
Yeah, that was the first question you asked me as we were going from the airport to the mission home. What was the name of Nephi's horse?
Wow.
Whoa, beyond you. Yes, okay. So that began things delightfully.
Oh my. He hasn't lost his sense of humor, let me tell you that.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Forgot that joke.
Go ahead. Anyway, my wife and I got married in '69, and we've served missions in Argentina and South Africa and Houston, and are currently serving as pathway missionaries, which we're absolutely loving. What a phenomenal program it is. And we are ordinance workers in the Sacramento Temple. So we're living in Lodi, California. A friend of mine and I myself have undertaken a pomegranate orchard with 7,300 trees that we're trying to nurse back to health. And meeting virtually with lots of people, including you. I'd love to give you a big hug.
Thank you. I'd welcome it.
President Backman, Brent Brewerton here.
I had the privilege of knowing Bob before he was my mission president. I grew up on Oneida Street, and so very close to just half a block away from the Backmans, and so it's good to see all the girls. And Ginny, you worked with Jake. Was that when Kathleen was was married? Yeah. So we have that connection as well. And anyway, it's good to see you. I want to say happy birthday to you. Thank you for everything in my life. Since being released from mission there, I've served 16 years as a church service missionary, and just recently released before moving to South Jordan from Salt Lake City in the Elders Quorum. I was the second counselor there. So that's what I've been up to. It's good to see you, and happy birthday, Bob.
Thank you.
Elder Backman, this is Ken Dastrup.
Oh, right here, Elder Dastrup.
Hi, Elder Backman, this is Ken Dastrup. I
Hello.
don't know if you remember me. My uncle Rex Reeve took me to the airplane to get on to fly to the Northwest, and he gave me his business card, and he wrote on the back of it, "Bob, this is the worker. Put him to work." We had a great time out there with you. You were a great example of everything. It was just a positive mental attitude, and you could do anything, and we did. And I thoroughly enjoyed the time I spent with you, and I've enjoyed seeing some of the old missionary companions on here. They look as old as I do, and you don't look old at all. You know? But I just want to tell you how much I love you, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
President Backman, this is Lynn Dial, and I just wanted to thank you for everything over the years. Your example of overwhelming love, I think, was one of the greatest things that impressed me when I first met you. You performed the marriage of 2 of my 7 children and gave them some of the best advice that I've ever heard in a marriage ceremony at the temple. My wife and I are married 49 years now, and I want to just thank you for your tremendous example. I've been doing some cleaning out, and I found a picture of your father when he was bishop of the old Salt Lake 34th Ward. He had the distinction of serving as a single young man recently returned from his mission, I believe. And out of his 2 counselors, only 1 counselor was married, and he and his other counselor were both single when they served in the bishopric of that ward. I was the last bishop of that ward, and that's how I came into that photograph. But I just love you and appreciate you. I had the joy of serving with Elder Edgel. I remember him spraining his ankle and being laid up for almost 6 weeks when we were in Spokane Valley. And so I worked with Brother Libert and some of the stake missionaries, but we had a great time together while we were there. I'm glad to know you're close by in St. George, Elder Edgel. Hope to get a hold of you. I remember Sister Sims, who I think was working in the office when I first arrived, and that we were in a group of 8 missionaries, and she looked at all of them and was able to mention their names from their pictures. And she looked at me and said she didn't know who I was. And the picture I had submitted didn't look a thing like me, but if I'm not mistaken, it was Sister Sims that was in the office when we arrived. But we love you and we wish you all the best. My wife and I, we've served in the Salt Lake Temple until it closed. We spent from 2008 until its closing, with the exception of a year and a half in the Manila, Philippines temple. But love you, brethren, that I had the opportunity to work with, Elder Telford, and just a number of you, wonderful brethren. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
President Backman, I don't know who's
Yep.
who's
Go ahead.
next.
It's you.
Thank you. I too want to wish you a happy birthday. Edward Curtis, Ken Curtis. You gave you performed the wedding for my last child. That was very fortunate because I was able to have all 5 children there while you did that. And if the wonderful wedding advice that you gave to them and all the others, if that's at all documented, I would like to have a copy of that, and I'm sure others would too. So happy birthday. You were there for me in certain parts of my life that were private and personal. Thank you.
Wow. Could I jump in?
Yeah.
This is Elder Lawrence Cook. You know, this has just been so incredible. And I'd first of all like to thank Jim Ford for putting all this together and the others who helped put this together. But, you know, it's just almost, well, it's impossible to express the love that I have for you, President, and as well as your daughters. Ever since, and you know, I think there's a lot of things that we probably don't want to talk about in front of everybody else, but it was just such an enjoyable time there in the mission field, and the influence that you've had on all of us. And if I could just take a second and just mention to everybody that I've watched on here, it's just been so great to see my companions and all the other missionaries that I was associated with on my mission, and the influence that each one has had. I look at my companions that are on there and the people that I knew. It's just incredible the influence that that's had on my life. But you're at the top of the list, President, and I just, like I said, words can't express how I feel about you and your family. And I think of Sister Backman after the mission and the times that she came down once, 2 or 3 times she came down to the restaurant just to have lunch, to say hi, you know. And I just have so many precious memories, and time just doesn't allow. My wife always says, don't get him started because he doesn't know when to quit. And so I'll just say, I just love you tremendously, all of you, and it's so great, and the example you set and the way you set us on our path in life. And thanks to everybody else that I had any association with on the mission, because it all is a compilation of what my life's been like. And I love you all. Happy birthday, President.
Thank you.
It's good to see you, Lawrence.
All of you too.
If I may, I'd like to jump back in for just a moment. I've been listening carefully. It's an amazing phenomenon to think that when some of us started in 1964, we had maybe half a dozen stakes in the entire mission. And the efforts that collectively were made by these missionaries and by others who went before them, it's amazing to think of how many stakes and missions are where there was one. And this work just multiplies and continues to grow, and it's awesome. The influence that you have had on us and our families. I've got a son down in, or what served his mission in Fort Worth. And you talked him out of wearing a tux when you were there for a conference. He bought his clothes from a secondhand store, and he thought it would be nice to wear this tux. And you spotted him and thought he looked like somebody you knew. Well, we're all tied to you. You're like a father to us, and we love you. And many happy returns. The happiest of birthdays to you, President.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I jump in again? It's Elder Uri again. Yes. I just want to say it's so wonderful to see all of you missionaries that I knew when we were there. And it's just, I think about all of you all the time. And I think about you, President, constantly. I love you.
I love your daughters. I think Becky and my wife got to know her pretty well after the mission. And then Bonnie came to ride our horses one time in Kentucky, but now we're in Vernal, Utah. But I just want to say how much I appreciate what you have done for me in sealing our 5 special needs children to us, and what a wonderful life it's been. But I want to thank you and wish you the happiest of birthdays, and I hope you make it again. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
President Backman,
Yes.
trying to wait to get in. I didn't want to interrupt anybody. I don't know if you remember me or not. I know you've kind of concluded, and I appreciate what you said. And I asked the Lord to bless you. This is Scott Wayman. I don't know if you remember me or not. Well, I came into the Northwest Mission just a month or two before they split the mission off. So I don't remember a lot of the missionaries, but I had 2 occasions to be with you. And you were gracious enough to come up and speak to our LDSSA association up in Ogden, and Mary, my wife, and I just wanted to let you know that I appreciated, your example. I never had to deal with this. A lot of these other elders I don't know, and they probably don't know me because I was only there for such a short time, but you had a definite impression upon my life. And then you handed me over to President Whitesides, and he kind of finished the work. But anyhow, Lord bless you.
I might interrupt for just a moment. My name is Philip Seeger. I served in the Northwestern States Mission from 1966 to 1968. So I was already there when President Backman came on board. And then when they split the mission in 1967, I went up to the north and was in the Pacific Northwest Mission, and that's where I left from to go home. But I did follow your, quote, career in the church when you were called to be in the Quorum of 70. And so one thing about the Northwestern States, it's been actually a part of my family, not even knowing this, but I had a son-in-law who served there a few years later, and one of my sons served there in what would have been the Idaho section of the Northwestern States Mission. He served there in the Spanish-speaking area. So it almost seems like a generational thing for us, but it was time well spent, and one of the greatest experiences of my life. I also have a neighbor. I live down in Fairview, Utah, and we belong to the Mountainville Ward in the North End, in the Mount Pleasant North Stake. And about 2 miles away is a missionary who was in the Northwestern States Mission, but he was there from 1964 to 66. So he was actually under, at the time, President Barrett. But one of my close friends I do a lot of things with. And when we first struck up a conversation with him, he said that he had served there, and of course he knew a number of missionary companions that I had. So it kind of makes your world a lot closer. I can't stay on for very long because I have other assignments I'm headed out to do, but just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, and glad to see that you're still alive and kicking well.
Thank you very much. I sit here and I hear you speak, but in no way can it weigh how I feel for our relationships. I don't know one of you that I didn't love. I know there were some of you had troubles that I might have to try to deal with. But this is a remarkable thing when you think about 160 to 200 missionaries in love. In love with their president. And that just gives me such a wonderful feeling to think that I had such an impact on the lives of so many great men and women. I simply want to tell you, in behalf of 600 or so missionaries that served with me, I love you with all my heart and soul. I can't tell you what your lives have meant to me as I've gone along in my career and had some remarkable experiences simply because of my experience as a mission president in the greatest mission in the church,
In the world.
the great Northwestern
States Mission.
State Mission. Shows you how blind I'm getting as old as I am. But I think the ones that have made this possible, I want to thank them for their generosity in doing it. This is the upshot of what we tried to do a year ago. We're stymied because the church had rules as to who they could have, where large numbers of people came together. We were afraid we were going to run into the same thing again this time. But as shortly as this last weekend, I had a conversation with Jim, who's at the feet of this thing.
Elder Ford.
And he's put all this together in that period of time, making it such a marvelous opportunity for us to remember and to think of what this experience we've had in the mission field has done for our lives. God bless each one of you for who you are. Just know that your mission president loves you without exception. And I pray daily that your lives will reflect the marvelous lessons you've learned in that wonderful mission we had the privilege of serving in. God bless each one of you.
Thank you, President Backman.
Families with all they need in righteousness. I pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Jim, for doing this.
Yeah, Jim.
Well, you're welcome. We had a great committee. That what we did today was easy, but the committee is the ones who found everybody, your names and addresses and phone numbers and email addresses. And let me just mention who your committee is, if I might. If you can hear me, we've got Phil Bruick on the committee and his wife, and Terry Wall and his wife, and Wayne Van Leuven and Taggart Frost and John Madsen, and we had Lawrence Cook and Cal Lacey and Jim Heap, who helped us from afar. But I don't know if you can hear all this, brethren and President, but without their help, this wouldn't be possible. We had 576 missionaries, and they found 474 of them. And of that 474, 128 of us have passed away, including your sweet wife, Virginia. And but in any event, we still have 102 to find by the time we meet together again. And but we do have a document, a live document online that anyone can go onto if you give me your email address, and you can see our mission roster and who and where everyone is. And a matter of fact, ask you to do that. But President, happy birthday from all of us. We love you. And like it's been said so many times, you're a part of our family. And that's how great an influence and what your reach is. Thank you. We love you.
Thank you for doing this, Jim. It was a great afternoon. A wonderful way to spend a birthday, particularly when you're 99.
Well, let's get together again next year.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Northwestern States Missionaries. Bye-bye.
Souls to our Savior, Jesus Christ. In last April's Regional Representative Seminar, President Hinckley said, "In missionary work, as in all else, preparation precedes power. Encouragement to prepare while still very young can make a tremendous difference." To my grandchildren and to the youth of the church, wherever you are, I invite you to make the commitment to serve a mission. I invite you to become a part of the Royal Army of the Lord, to prepare yourselves physically, mentally, socially, spiritually, beginning right now. President Benson has reminded us that nothing you can do is more important. School can wait. Scholarships can be deferred. Occupational goals can be postponed. Yes, even temple marriage should wait. With President Benson, I invite you to show your love and commitment to the Lord by responding to his call to serve and joining your voice with 34,000 other missionaries in singing, "Called to serve him, heavenly King of glory, chosen heir to witness for his name. Far and wide we tell the Father's story, far and wide his love proclaim. Called to know the richness of his blessing, sons and daughters, children of a king, glad of heart his holy name confessing, praises unto him we bring. Onward, ever onward, as we glory in his name. Onward, ever onward, as we glory in his name. Forward, pressing forward, as a triumph song we sing. God, our strength will be, press forward ever, called to serve our King." And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. Oh, youth of the church, go and do likewise. Be prepared to serve. In the name of Jesus